Gentleman's been in a relationship with his Filipina wife for 18 years, and now there's some cheating going on, some infidelity. The marriage is on the rocks. That's what we're going to talk about in today's show. This is a comment that was left. There's this thing called a community posts. It's where you, the viewer, can leave posts instead of normal comments. You can leave a post here on my channel. It says something about beta, so I think you can only do the post from your mobile device, and maybe you can only see it from your mobile device. And we're just gonna have an informal discussion. Up front, I don't have all the answers. I never claim to have all the answers, okay? What I do like to do, and what I claim to do, and my objective is to just merely invoke thought. And if I invoke thought, then I consider it to be a win. And even back when I was teaching, I've been an instructor slash teacher, various things throughout my 52 years on this beautiful planet. And what I realized as a teacher, as an instructor, is that if you can stand up there and talk for an hour and teach and invoke thought to where the students are leaving outside the door of the classroom an hour later or at the end of the day, and if they're talking about the subject matter or they're arguing, my gosh, if you can get them to argue about the lesson that you put on for the day, then you have won that battle. Now, the minute you say, hey, everybody's dismissed, and they're talking about what they're gonna go eat for supper, or immediately on the phone with their wife, well, maybe your block of instruction wasn't very thought-provoking and they're just there because they got to be. But if they walk out that door arguing about shit that you said, you win. So this talk is just designed to invoke thought, and you will learn more in the comment section, probably with other people weighing in and telling their stories, than you're gonna learn from this guy. So there you go, there's my disclaimer. I don't claim to be an expert on anything. I just want to invoke thought. So here we go. Well, I met my Filipina wife 18 years ago online. Okay, a lot of us, that's probably about when a lot of us, no, I can't say that, folks. Majority of my demographics are 45 and up. A lot of folks that listen to my voice, you're my generation, in your 50s, but 60s is probably the majority, by maybe 5 or so percent. I'm getting more younger viewers every day. But we all remember 20 years ago, the online game. What'd you do? You went to Thai Love Links or Filipino Cupid or whatever it was. Then you got up on Skype. Then you came over and met the girl, right? So we talked for a while online, and I eventually went there to meet her and file for a K-1 visa. Now, if you don't know what a K-1 visa is, it's a fiance visa. You do the paperwork, sit back and wait for about a damn year. She's got some interviews down at the embassy, wait for USCIS to get off their lazy ass. It's just a bunch of government bullshit. It takes you about a year. She gets her K-1 visa. Okay, now she can come over to the US, and you have, 90 days to get married, and then file some more paperwork and pay some more money, and she can stay, right? So as a K-1 visa, they're not married yet. Anyhow, not to get too far into that, I hope to never go through that process again. My gosh, USCIS. Okay, I was 45 years old, and she was 24 years old, and she had a 2-year-old son. So the age gap is 20 years, but that's not extravagant. Maybe to you, if you've never left America, maybe if you're a middle-aged or Well, if you're an American woman, oh my God, he's 20 years older than her. It's like dating her grandfather. Well, that's your opinion, and you're welcome to your opinion. But 20 years, okay, that's in my book, that's not a huge age gap. All right? They're two consenting adults. I won't even get off into that argument, but he's 45. He's still a young dude. He's still in the game, right? He's not over the hill. But again, in America, if you're over 40, everybody puts you in a trash can. The rest of the world, no. 45 is a young dude. So he's 45, she's 24. You know, that's about a good age bracket. Plus, she's got a child, so she's got a little bit of responsibility, a little bit of life experience. It's not like you pull some 19-year-old chick off of a pole or out of college, right? So anyhow, moving right along. And feel free to disagree with me. If you think that's too big of an age gap, go ahead. Disagree with me. I'm 52, the old lady's, I don't know, 26, 27, somewhere in there. There's a 20-year age gap. If that bothers you, get over it. Just whoosha. Okay? Moving right along. The girl had a 2-year-old son with no father, so she's a single mom, right? Single moms the world over. What's their main responsibility in life at that point? It's their kid. They gotta buy milk, diapers. Anyhow, I'm just bringing up points that, you know, this wasn't some 19-year-old he pulled off the pole. 24-year-old single mom. She left her son with her family and came to the United States. Now, that seems strange to most of us in the Western culture, that mothers will just up and leave their kids with family. For example, in this case, for example, OFWs. They have kids, they go to the Middle East and work, they come home once a year with a suitcase full of pasalubong and see their kids for maybe 2 weeks. That's life. And when you got mouths to feed, it's not really anybody else's business, and it's not their place to judge you on how you make money and bring home the bacon. So it's done quite frequently. Even if girls, you know, have a kid, they go to Cebu City to work, they leave the child with the family. If they go to Manila to work, they leave the kids with the family. If they go abroad, it's not so out of the ordinary here. So I just want to throw that out there. She leaves the child in the Philippines with family. She comes to the United States, they get married. Everything was going well. I was not a rich man, but we were doing okay and seemed happy. All right, most marriages do, you know, starting out, so okay, they're on the right path. I lost my job maybe close to a year after she had gotten here. So I opened my own business as a scrap car recycler. I did really well for the first few years, but we just blew all of our money. She was working ever since she came. Ever since she came to the US, she was working too. All right? And we seem to be doing okay. Hey, sweetie. Baby, I asked for no disturbances. Technically, I am at the office. Technically, you're standing in our kitchen. What movie's that from? My dad says, to this day, you can't run a damn business out of your house. It just don't work. Either get into business or get out of business. Ain't no in between. But you certainly can't run a business from your house. Too many distractions. Anyhow, I love being around my children. Thanks to y'all watching my show. I get to live this type of lifestyle. I'm around my kids 24 hours a day. I love it. Okay, continue on with your mission. This is my sweetie girl, Maria. Here, give Papa a kiss. Come here.
I'm a diva.
Yeah, you're a diva. All right, thanks for helping Mom. So, it looks like before she's taking a shower. Again, I asked for no disturbances. Okay, where was I? We seem to be doing okay. She's working. She went home to the Philippines to visit her family. Now, well, I'll just keep going. I did not go, and she cheated on me with her ex. Man, I could talk about this all day long. But let's just start out. There are so many younger Filipinas who date or marry older foreign guys. And guess what? Come to find out, they still have their local Filipino boyfriend. There's so many cases that this happens. Now, to truly understand what's going on in other people's minds, you have to step foot in their shoes. You have to put yourselves in their situation. And I'm not condoning any type of activity. That's not the objective. The objective is to understand from their standpoint how life looks. And then you might start to understand and figure out why they do certain things. So, wife has a child by the local guy I nicknamed Tonyo. Now, Tonyo is the guy who makes a baby, runs away when they ask him for money the first time. And there's a lot of single moms around here that fall into that category. Now look, there's a lot of single moms in every country in the world. But here, the guy makes a baby, runs away, he's on the basketball court, they never see a dime. I call that guy Tonyo. Or if he does stay around, he leaves the first minute that they have a bill and they hold their hand out, and him and his family, he ain't spending no money, he's on the basketball court. Boom, now you got a single mom trying to raise a child. So old Tonyo, that's my nickname for him. So he says she cheated on me with her ex. Well, he doesn't specify if the ex is the child's father or if it's just another guy, another boyfriend. But let's make the assumption, and folks, also caveat this is coming from the internet. I don't know this gentleman. I don't know if any of these facts are facts. Quote that I read many years ago, I talk about a lot. Young black gentleman from the US made a Twitter post that said, "Ain't nothing real on the internet, comma, homie, period." Sums up the internet. Ain't nothing real on the internet, homie. So, with that said, we're able to just, with the objective of invoking thought, is to, it doesn't matter if everything's factual. So let's assume that it's the child's father. If it's the child's father, perhaps maybe they never were outside of the relationship. Think about that, okay? Young girl, young guy have a baby, they have zero money, zero education, no way to provide for the child, no future. What are you gonna do? What do you do? Aha! Let me get online and see if I can rope a rich foreigner and solve all of our problems. Man, if you were the guy, would that be a hard pill to swallow? Well, it depends on how much you love the girl. If you're not really in love with the girl, it sounds pretty damn good. Yeah, baby, get online and meet a foreign guy. Because somehow or another, he's going to get a piece of that pie. He's going to get some of that money. He really don't care about the girl. He just, oh shit, yeah, let me get some money. You see that a lot around here. How do I see that? Go to places like Walking Street. Here, Thailand, any country, any city. And at 2 o'clock, you will see motorbikes pull up, and the boyfriend will drop his girlfriend off, and she goes and works in the bar all night on the pole. And at 2 in the morning, they show up and pick them up, or if the girl gets bar fined, the dude don't got to get up out of bed. He gets to sleep all night, right? You think I'm making this shit up? But there's some dudes out there that I guess the girl they think that that's their boyfriend and they care about him, but they're really like little mini pimps. You know, they just got one girl. They don't care. They just want that money. See it all the time. You don't believe me? Just go down there and see who picks up them bar girls every night. A lot of times you won't see them every night, but you will see them on paydays. You can't make this up. Cannot make this up. When it's payday, all the kuyas will be picking up their girlfriends because they're going to get that money. So perhaps it was always her boyfriend. I told a story about my buddy Don. Don, the last time I saw him, he was 79 years old, late 70s. It's probably been 10 years since I've seen the gentleman. He's probably 80s if he's still around. Shout out to you, man, if you are. I hope you're still around. His wife, long story short, they went down to her village and ended up hiring a handyman, and the handyman moved up here to AC. And him, his wife, the handyman's living at the house, Kuya. And at some point, my girlfriend, who was from her same village, let it slip that guy is not the handyman. I said, yeah, he's Don's handyman. She said, no, it's his wife's husband. You see how that works? Okay, she hooks up with the foreign guy. They go back down to the village. She convinces him to hire her local husband. They're married in the Philippines. They're married to come up and be the handyman. So every time Don goes to the bar, they can sit around the house and act like man and wife, I guess. Sinister. But the world ain't fair. Anyhow, I'm just invoking thought. All right. Maybe it was a new guy. Who knows? But she goes back to the Philippines to visit her family. And he did not go. Okay, well, what if he went? If he went, would this have happened? Who knows? I mean, who knows? Maybe it wouldn't have happened if he went. But you know what? If you have a girl that you have to worry about, there's two schools of thought. Okay, maybe if he went, it wouldn't have happened because maybe she just went and got to drinking at the disco. One thing leads to another, alcohol involved, she makes a mistake. But on down the comment, it doesn't sound like that. So maybe if he went, that situation, he could have changed the conditions where it didn't happen. But see, I liked the way I run my camp, I like to give them plenty of rope, metaphorically speaking now. I don't like to sit there and go through people's stuff and look at their phones and have to, where are you, blah, blah, blah. I like to give them enough rope to hang themselves because at some point it's going to come out. At some point it's going to come out. If your lady is not going to be faithful to you, at some point it's going to come out. Whether you're the worst investigator picking up on things, at some point it's going to come out. For me, I just wait around. If it comes out, okay, I get rid of you. I'm not going to raise my blood pressure every day worrying about where you are and what you're doing. I don't want to live life like that. Now, did Don ever find out? I don't know. I hadn't talked to the man, I don't know, close to 10 years, I guess, somewhere in there. I don't know if he ever found out. Maybe he didn't. At his age, in his 80s, it's probably good that he don't, because he's got 2 caretakers. Look at the positive of it, right? He's not the only one that situations like that have happened to. I have another buddy, basically in the same situation. He's old, mind's starting to wander. His lady is there taking care of him, but she's banging out the trike driver. Moving right along. Okay. She cheated on me with her ex. She came back. He didn't know. She went to the Philippines again without me because her mother was dying. She saw her ex again and was having an affair. And I didn't know. When her son was 13, she went there alone again. So it's a 3rd trip to get her son and bring him back. When she got back home, I found birth control in her purse. Whoa, my goodness. How many of us have been there where we find that incriminating evidence and it is just like somebody just gut punched you? I mean, you're standing there, everything's going well in your life, everything's going okay, and all of a sudden you're like, what the is that? He found birth control, man. I would say I can't imagine, but I can. A lot of us can, because folks, I've been divorced 4, 5 times. I don't even know. I might still be married to that hooker in Las Vegas. I'm not real sure. You get one run in this game that we call life. Time is something you can't get back. You can't buy it. So, what do? I could go off on that tangent. Life is short, is all I'm gonna say. Life is short. So boom, he opens up his purse and finds birth control. Let me give you a little secret, man. That's exactly how I found out that one of my ladies was being unfaithful. That's exactly how I found out. I was looking for a damn car key or a house key. I can't remember what it was. I was looking for a damn key. You know, I'm like, it's got to be in her purse, open it up. You know, like, what the hell is that? Like in birth control. Okay? I wasn't even looking. That particular relationship, I had no idea until that point. I mean, she was so crafty. She was a very intelligent girl. It blindsided me. I had no clue. But what did I just say? And I didn't keep tabs on that girl. I didn't try to look at her phone, look at her email. No, it's just, hey, I'm living life. You know, we're doing our thing. I thought everything was cool. Hey, every relationship had ups and downs, right? No clue till I found that damn birth control. I was like, oh, what's going on here? But what did I say? Just at some point, it's going to come out. I just give them enough rope to hang themselves. They do. If they're doing that, the relationship is going to end. It's going to end at some point. When a relationship is doomed and it's not coming back and it's going to end, it's better to just get the shit out of the way, right? So I'm glad I found that birth control in her purse, or it would have just went on for months and months and months. I would have found out in some other fashion at some point anyhow. I'm thankful that I was looking for a damn key or whatever the hell I was looking for and found that shit. I'm thankful for it. So I know exactly how you feel. It's no different. You find condoms, you find birth control, you know, what have you. let's see. Found birth control in her purse. Then I found out she had been secretly having an affair with him when she would go there, as well as online also. So she's chatting this dude online the whole time. So it brings back the point, was this whole relationship that he had with his wife, was it simultaneous while she had a relationship with her local guy? Did she ever break up with the local guy? You know, was this a plan to get money? And I mean, who knows? Who knows? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's just an ex-boyfriend that she can't get away from. They were or are in love. You ever see that movie Casino with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, right? The Casino, about Las Vegas, the mafia, where Robert De Niro's wife has that former pimp, and she just can't seem to get away from him. You know, he's just a pimp. He's a piece of garbage, but she's always running back to him and giving him money, what have you. Oh, I love him. I care about him. I mean, who knows, you know? Love and past relationships and loyalties. Logic says it shouldn't happen, but they do. I told her I would try to forgive her and we would try to get out. Folks, a lot of people say, hey, once you get caught cheating, the relationship is over. But you know what? It's your life. It's your life. And at night, when you lay down in bed with that person, it's your life. It's whatever makes you happy. Some people ain't never going to forgive that. Some people can forget about it and move forward. There's no rule book to this. It's all about, at the end of the day, what makes you happy? What are you willing to tolerate and what are you willing to forgive? Not about what I'm willing to forgive. Okay? So he just says, hey, you know, I'm willing to try to work things out. We agreed. I started making less money at my business until finally I had to sell the business. I've had triple bypass surgery at age 55, 2 herniated discs. I get around $2,000 a month in disability, Social Security. We argued a lot over money. Okay, well, unless the statistics have changed, that's what most people argue over and get a divorce over is money. Usually not being enough of it, right? That's a stress in itself. So it sounds like the money went down, had some health problems, and now they're always arguing about the money. What are they arguing about? What are the specific arguments that are possible when you date or marry a girl in some type of situation like this? You're from the West, you're from the US, your wife is from Guatemala, your wife is from Thailand, your wife is from Cambodia, Laos. What do you argue about if the money goes down? Sending money back to their family. You can argue about that, trust me. Because their expectation is no matter what, we're sending money to my family every month. They don't care if you have surgery and 2 herniated discs and a downturn in the economy or the stock market crashes and your income goes down the tubes. They don't care. I'm just talking reality here. A lot of these relationships, you have to send money to her family before you pay any other bills or you're going to have problems. It's almost like the mafia. You know, another great movie, Goodfellas. You know, the dude with the restaurant goes in 50-50 with Paulie. You know, hey, business is down, you pay me. You know, air conditioning unit goes out, you got to pay. I don't have enough money this week, you pay me. So I guarantee a lot of that argument, once his business went down, you know, hey, we don't got money to send to your family this month. You pay me. They're going to argue. I'm not saying that's what happened. I don't know anything else other than what I'm reading on the screen. But I'm going to tell you that some of you are, and some of you who will be in those types of situations, me and my buddy used to call it the car payment. Okay? In Thailand, it is solid. It's not pretty solid. It's solid. You're going to send money every month. Like a car payment, or the girl's going to get repossessed like a car. It's business. It's absolute business. You will send money. This culture here, they want you to send money. They're going to pressure you to send money. But if you don't send money for a couple months, most of the time they're not going to leave you or divorce you. Over there, you're going to send that money. It's concrete. And some of y'all are in relationships with girls in the Philippines where it is concrete. You're going to send money to the family, or there's going to be marital problems. And girls that work, it sounds like she works, right? Again, food for thought. You bring a wife over, she's working, your money goes down, and you're like, hey, you know, we got to use all your money to pay the rent this month. Oh no, I got to send half my money to my family. You can't get blood from a turnip. Something's going to give, something's going to break. You see? So, okay, I'm going to bring my wife over. She's going to work, help me pay the bills. Most of the time, in my opinion, when you bring a girl to your home country like that and she gets a job, it's not benefiting you. It's not benefiting you because now there's nobody around to help with the kids around the house. She's taking her paycheck, sending them back to her family. How does that benefit you? You might as well marry an American girl. Just bringing out food for thought. Pause that. Thinks it's president calling. Okay, I'm back. It's a lady from the e-bike shop calling. Looking at an e-bike, new Tesla chopper. When my Thai wife came over to the States, she didn't work. We had a great relationship. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful marriage. She took care of the house. She cooked. Man, did she cook. She cooked me breakfast, lunch, supper. As soon as I got home, we went fishing every night. We had a great relationship. Did I send money home to her family? Absolutely, I did. I was making good money. It wasn't a big deal. We didn't have any stresses. At the time, there were no stresses. Everybody was happy. Now, I made it clear to her, hey, this is how much I'm sending. If people call me up with the sick buffalo bullshit, it ain't working on me. And so if they called up with the sick buffalo bullshit or somebody crashed the motorbike and had to pay all, we just closed the laptop back then because we were just up on Skype in those days, right? Just close the laptop, tell them we've been hiking in the mountains for a week. We come back a week later, open the laptop. The problem has worked itself out. Okay, the world is not going to end because they can't get money from the foreign guy. They'll figure the problem out. And hey, we're up in the mountains, didn't have a signal. What happened? Oh, this happened, blah, 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 blah. And of course, they want you to send some money, but the problem has already solved itself without you, the rich foreigner, having to fork out the money. So we had a pretty good flow. But what would have happened if I had lost my job? Do you think things would have been harmonious when we stopped sending the family money? No. And not to get off on a tangent, but when we moved to Thailand, we didn't make it very long and we ended up getting a divorce. Okay? Most of it my fault due to my partying, but there was a financial aspect of it, right? Okay. Let's see. We argued a lot over money, there not being a lot of money, and she was always working to help and do the best she could. We bought a house. We've been in the house just over 1 year. We've been together 18 years. Her son's been here for 6 years now. I guess that was 6 years ago that we lived together, and we fight a lot, I think because she never really apologized or showed real remorse. She just always said that they had a connection, so that gave her the right. After 18 years now, I found her to be having an affair for the last month and a half. Okay, so it sounds like his wife had no remorse for sleeping with her local boyfriend, having a relationship with her local boyfriend in the Philippines, chatting the dude online, hooking up with him every time she goes home. She's got no remorse. Well, now here we go. Sounds like she's got a boyfriend in the States that she's hooking up with. She's having an affair for the last month and a half, and now she wants a divorce because she said we've already not been getting along for the last 10 years. She said she hasn't been happy, and I didn't do anything about it. But she never addressed anything that I should do about it. I tried to do the best I could. Now, after I found out about the affair, she feels more guilty that she slept with a married man with a wife and family than she is about how much pain she's caused me. She doesn't even want to try with me. She doesn't know what she wants to do. She just signed up for 6 psychiatric treatments because she said she can't make up her mind what to do. Okay, so if you can't make up your mind, sounds like Forrest G. Escape. The playroom. Fatima's got them locked down in the playroom. They got snacks and drinks and plenty of toys, so don't feel sorry for them. She don't know what to do, so let's sign up for 6 expensive psychiatric treatment sessions so we can let a total stranger try to help us figure out what to do with our life. Seems like she only has remorse for sleeping with a married woman's husband. She's going to come back to stay at the house that we're buying until she finishes her sessions. I guess in a few weeks or so, if you are one of those people who love hard, wish me luck and love, but I'm pretty sure I'm done at this point. Lonely up north. Wow. Lonely up north. Sleepless in Seattle. What an emotional movie. If you've never watched Sleepless in Seattle, it's a classic. Now look, everybody in my generation, we've watched Sleepless in Seattle, but maybe if you're younger, you're like, what's that? Okay, Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks. How many of us have cried or cry every time we watch Sleepless in Seattle? If you don't cry when you watch Sleepless in Seattle, I don't even know if you have a heart. That's a sad ass movie. That's a sad movie. It's not about infidelity. I'll just tell you, it's about a old single dad. His wife died. He loved his wife, and it's about him trying to move on with a new relationship. That's all I'm going to say. Sleepless in Seattle. Man, I don't know. Is that a name of a movie? Lonely Up North? If not, it should be. Maybe it is. Maybe you got that from a movie. If not, that's a perfect name for a movie. Lonely Up North. So Lonely Up North sounds like, buddy, you sound like you're in love with your wife. Sounds like you're a good dude. You haven't said that anything about she caught you cheating, or you went to the Philippines, to Angeles City for 2 weeks on some thunder runs. It sounds like you're just a good dude trying to make it, and you're a good husband, but you just picked the wrong chick. You just picked the wrong one. I mean, it boils down to, there are some people in this world that just aren't good people. And people with good hearts don't want to believe that. We want to see the good in everybody. There's some people in this world, folks, that just don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about you, me, anybody else. They're going to do whatever they can do even if it includes hurting people for no fucking valid reason, they'll do it. They don't have any remorse. They just want to get ahead. And maybe this is one of them. This girl was just looking for that golden ticket. You came along, she latched on, and now she's so rich that she can go pay the psychiatrist to listen to her bullshit. They say that, you know, what's the old saying goes? They say that only a friend can tell you that your wife's cheating on you, and only a good friend can tell you that your wife's a whore. And I'm not saying that, man, but sometimes you have to hear it from people bluntly to get you on the right track. There is nothing that you've painted here, this picture of this woman, that sounds appealing to me, that's benefiting you. Here you are being a good husband, brought our kid over, took him out of the clutches of poverty. No telling how much money you've sent her family over the past 18 years, how many fucking thousands of kilos of rice you've bought, how many mouths you have fed, how many people you have basically supported while they were going through school, and how does she reward you? By screwing her ex-boyfriend, the local guy, old Tonyo. Now she's screwing some dude in the neighborhood. How is she helping you? How is she helping you be happy? And this is what it boils down to. You don't throw good money after bad. There's a time to fucking pull the plug and start over. And I think with this woman, I can't tell you what to do, but I tell you what I would do. It would have been over a long time ago for me. Once I caught her one time, that's it. You got to go, baby. We don't have to be enemies. We don't have to be, I don't want to say we can still be friends. I don't care. But you did what you did. You've obviously got some feelings for this local dude. All right, well, you need to go, we need to part ways. You don't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. It's pretty simple. You go to court, the court in the U.S. is going to tell you to get the hell out of your own house. Get the hell out of your own house. All right, read my book, The King's Chronicles. Go down, get you a damn duplex, okay? Get you a duplex, because that's all you can afford. And you hang a fucking poster of Bruce Lee on the wall. Some Kung Fu posters. You read the chapter in the book. It's called Kung Fu Freedom. I think that's what it is. All right? And you start over, man. Don't worry about your tools or your good towels or the grandfather clock or, your big screen TV. It don't matter. Let Jody come in there and watch that big screen TV. Just start over. The quicker you start over, the quicker you are going to start being happy again. What's it going to take? You can't beat a woman in court in the U.S. It's going to take all your money in your house and all your good towels. Get over it. The quicker you get over it, the quicker you get down in that duplex and get set up, the quicker you can save a little bit of money. You take a 2-week vacation and find a fucking girl that likes you much better. Okay? So 18 years ago, she's 24. What is she, 42 now? Time to trade her in, man. All right? Trade that 42-year-old in for a 22-year-old. Where's the downside to that? Again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just throwing stuff out there, food for thought. Now, let's get to what other people have commented about on the post. Figure out how to pull it up here. Okay, I can't figure it out. Let me pull up their reply. So the first reply says, Walk away and never look back. My ex-Filipina wife committed adultery. Our daughter was 2 years old and was traumatized because she wasn't with her papa. I have my daughter every weekend, every holiday. She's nearly 8 years old. Don't look back and move on. Women never ever respect you when you let them back. Thank you very much for that comment. I agree wholeheartedly. In America, if there's kids involved, the courts are going to relegate us old single dads to the every other weekend, 2 weeks in the summer, just the part-time dad. You can't even call it part-time. They don't even give you that much time. It's not even a part-time. More like you're seasonal. You're a seasonal dad, just like a seasonal employee at Walmart, if you get that much time. There's nothing you can do about it. But in the case of our case study here, you didn't indicate that you have any children with the girl. It's her kid from Tonyo that you brought over to the States and set that gentleman, that young man up with a different outlook in life. Wow, would the court make you pay child support on that child? In America, it's a good chance. It doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter. Okay? Next comment. Just walk away, dude. Never look back. She never cared. There, I ripped the Band-Aid off for you. Thank you very much. All right, next one. Can't trust her. Trust is one of the biggest ingredients in a relationship. Sure, you might be a little lonely at first, but your vision will clear up. The only thing that helps and cures, I don't want to say cure because that's like definitive, but it is definitive. The only thing that's going to heal a broken heart is time. Time is the only thing that's going to heal this relationship, okay? The more time and distance you put between her and you, the easier it's going to be, and the quicker you can get on with your life. Time. Man, I just told you I've been married so many times, had so many relationships. Do you think my blood pressure, if I sat here and thought about each one of those breakups, do you think it affects my blood pressure? No, because there's been so much time. But when I reached in that girl's purse and felt those birth control pills, yeah, it was pretty damn devastating. Your finances are intertwined. You live in the same house. Both your names are on this and that. It's devastating. But now I can sit here and tell you that story. It don't affect my blood pressure. Why? Because of time. But that healing timeline is not going to start until you break with the girl. Right now, you're just still in it, man. You're just still getting gut punched every day. You got to end it for that healing process and that time to take over and basically get you back to normal, where you wake up every day and she doesn't affect your mood. And in the words of the J-Dog, never let a bitch affect your mood. And ladies, you can just add asshole in there. Never let an asshole affect your mood. Dude, you should have walked away and filed for divorce. It's not easy, but better in the long run. Try and get a good lawyer. You will win. Man, I love an optimist. Probably ain't gonna win. But hey, great advice. In the words of Michael Jordan, you dumb. This person needs the psychiatric help, not his wife. Ooh, that cut pretty deep there. Dump her. She isn't worth it. Go to the Philippines and start again. 2K is plenty. Okay. All right, there you go. Roll to the PI. You're living on $2K a month disability. Now look, I haven't been in the U.S. in a long time. I don't know what the current state of affairs is, of how they can try to attack your disability. I'm not even going there because I'm not a lawyer and I haven't been engaged in a U.S. divorce for 15 years. So if I start commenting on U.S. divorce law, I'm 15 years behind. So I don't know. But that's the last comment. Dump the chick, get on the next flight smoking, live over here in AC, get you a little apartment. 2K is plenty. Boom, you got a 24-year-old girlfriend, start over. There you go. You can say that her son, you raised him a part of his life. Is he your responsibility? Well, that's subjective. But guess what? If you divorce, you're not going to get to see that kid no matter how much you care for him. It's up to her. So don't feel bad about popping smoke if you have to. That's her kid by Tonyo, who apparently she's still in love with over here. That's their responsibility. It's time to start thinking about you, because apparently in this case ain't nobody else thinking about you. And that's the way it works out in a lot of cases. Man, that's an entirely different video in itself. When I talk about retiring, when you retire and you come over to a place like this, it's okay to be selfish. But it's not really selfish. You have to look out for you, because ain't nobody else looking out for the foreign guy. That's the cold hard truth. So don't even call it being selfish. You have to survive and take care of yourself, number one, because ain't nobody else going to. And in this culture, and cultures like Asian culture, they're going to take care of their family. And you have to respect the hell out of that. You have to respect that. They take care of their family to no end. Where we in America should be the same way, but we don't take care of family like we used to. But this is the other edge of the sword. You, my friend, getting off on a tangent here, me, I'm not her family. That's the cold hard truth. Watch that episode on Yellowstone when Casey, who lives on the reservation, is married to a girl from the res, a Native American girl, American Indian girl, and her grandfather, there's going to be a conflict, and the grandfather says, take my granddaughter and you and her, go stay at your father's house while this conflict's going down. And he said, no, this is my home. And he said, at some point, you're going to have to pick a side, either the side of his father, the white man, or you have to take a side of the Indians. And he said, basically, you're going to lose face no matter which one you choose. And he said, hey, this is my home. This is where I live. And the old man says, we are not your people. That's pretty powerful. At the end of the day, what he was telling them, hey man, you're living here on the reservation. Yeah, you got this trailer. You got a child who's half Native American. You live here. This is your life. You're married to a girl. But at the end of the day, we are not your people.
Backstraps.
Staying for dinner?
Can't. Just need a few words with this young buck here. Can you give us a minute?
If you can say it to him, you can say it to me.
Hard to talk about you when you're standing here, darling.
Come on, Tate. I'll be in this entire room.
The nation will keep the cattle. Your father will try to take them back. He has every right. We had every right to take them. So now we will fight.
It's his fight, not mine.
You will be judged for the actions of your father. If you do nothing, you will be judged for that too. They all will. Maybe it's best you go home for a while, eh?
This is my home.
You know what I mean.
I've been nothing but a friend to everybody here. If somebody wants me to leave, you can tell them to come make me.
Pretty silly thing to say on the reservation. I don't ask much, but I'm asking you this. Go home. Take care of my granddaughter. Be good to that boy. Until they find a cure for human nature, a man must stand with his people. And we are not your people.
And sometimes you just have to think about that and say, where is my, just insert country, wife's priority? Where's my Guatemalan wife's priority, her true priority? My Filipino wife's priority, her true priority. My Laotian wife's true priority. Is it me, so redneck from Mississippi, who've known this girl for, a couple years? Or is it her family that she's known her entire life? Where's her priority? We have the different definitions of immediate family. Am I invoking some thought? Anyhow, back to the comment. What do you think you should do? Thank you very much, my friend, for pouring your heart out. There's folks here listening. We're listening. My heart goes out to you. You're among friends because a lot of us have been down the same road. The only difference between me and you is that you've been on that road for 18 years. I never made it past 7. 7 was my magic number. I made it to 7, I think, with my first wife, and then the girl with the finding the birth control was right at 7. So like 7 years is my max. I think I've been with this old girl probably the longest. Damn, I gotta go in there and give her a damn award. I gotta make her up a little badge or something. I think she broke the 7-year marker. Maybe I'll have to do the math. Or maybe we're right at that marker. Man, I need to look at the calendar. It might be time for a new administration. Usually I don't go past 7. It's like, the president serves 2 terms and then he can't run again. Usually I have 7 years in the 2 longest running relationships, and then that's it. It's time to DX them. Trade them in. Time for a new car. So she might be on thin ice, on borrowed time. I'll have to check. What do you think this gentleman should do? Leave him some advice down in the comments. But man, if I could send you a free copy of my book, I would. Believe it or not, I don't have any copies of either one of my books here. They're in the States. I got some of my first book. I don't think I have any stock of my second book, because they're print on demand these days. You order one, they print it. If I had a free copy of the book, or if I knew how to send you the link free, I'd send it to you. But you know what? Spend $2.99, buy my book, The King's Chronicles, and read it. Maybe you've already read it, and it basically will help you through the process. But at this point, with your age and her actions and her outlook on life, she's not helping you. If you decide to forgive her, hey, it's your life. It's your life. If you forgive her and let her hang out and carry on like nothing happened, maybe she straightens up, y'all start going to church, have a wonderful relationship. It could happen. Probability is it's not. she's gonna be screwing somebody else in a few months, and you're still crying the blues. Okay, folks, that's what I have to say. I hope I at least invoke some type of thought. But I think you have to take some type of action. Being miserable indefinitely until you die makes absolutely no sense. If you are unhappy in your relationship, you got to do something about it. Okay? Be upfront. Just sit down at the table and say, you know what, I'm unhappy. I don't want to be unhappy anymore. Let's just go ahead and part ways as friendly as we can be, as we can do it. I'll give you everything. I'll give you the good towels. Let's just end this so we can both start over, move forward, go on with our lives, and find some happiness, because we ain't found it together. I'm telling you, the quicker you do that, the quicker you're upfront with your significant other, the greater chance there is for you to be friends. If you just let shit fester and fester and fester, that's when people really become jaded and they do things just to cause the other problems. Does that make sense? So there you go. That's my thoughts. I could talk all day, but I'm going to go ahead and conclude this. Leave y'all's comments down below. Try to help the gentleman out. And man, post another post in a month or so. Give us an update on how you're doing. And I wish you well, whatever decision that you choose to make. You're the captain of your own destiny. Always remember that. So in 2 months from now, if you're still unhappy, living with a woman that you can't trust, you're the captain of your own destiny, man. Just be smart about it, be peaceful, calm, don't do nothing stupid. Okay? Don't do nothing stupid. No need to get into an argument, nothing like that. Just sit her down and say, this shit ain't working. 18 years is too long. You don't want to be with me. So either A, are you moving out, or B, am I moving out? Let's just figure it out. If she says, no, motherfucker, you move out, get your shit, 2 suitcases, go down, rent you a duplex, and get you a big old poster of Bruce Lee and hang that shit on the wall, start over. There you go. And who's taking a big piss in the background? Sounds like a cow pissing on a flat rock.
Your son.
Good job, buddy. Baby, hey, I asked for no disturbances. Come around here, baby. Come here. Be on my video here. When did you and I first meet? Because I think you may be the longest running relationship I've ever been in with a woman. Well, I ain't never been in. Anyhow, the longest relationship. That didn't sound right. When did we meet? What year?
2017.
Huh?
2017.
What year is it now?
25.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. This is 25? That's what month was it?
October.
So in October we'll be together 8 years?
Yeah.
Baby, congratulations. Okay, before, the longest I've been in a relationship was 7 years. In October, we will have been together 8.
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations. You have stayed with me longer than any other woman in my life.
Wow.
If you make it to October.
Wow. You make it. If you make it, not me. If
is wrong with this woman? Baby, I'm gonna have to, if you make it till October, I'm gonna give you some type of award. I'm gonna make you up a badge or something, a necklace,
Whoa.
maybe a patch, or you could get a tattoo. You get a
Can you
tattoo.
give me money only?
No. Nah, I'll pass on that. What is wrong with this woman? If she makes it till October, it'd be a small miracle. All right, folks. I've said I'm going to conclude this video about 9 times. I'm out of here. Peace out, my friends. And good luck to you, my friend. Give us an update in a couple months. Let us know how you're doing. If you make it over here, a few beers on me, man. I'll see you when you get here. Peace out.